Hi, we're gonna wait a few minutes to get started. I'm gonna find my little thing. Hold on. My little thing. Where did it go? I found my little thing. I'm gonna put this here and we'll get started at 1. Okie dokie. It's 1 o'clock. I'm gonna get my stuff all situated. And let's get going. Hey everybody, and welcome back to my comic drawing sessions where we learn the fundamentals of drawing comics. My name is Samantha. I'm a youth librarian with the Kansas City Public Library, and I also happen to be an illustrator who makes comics, so I kind of know what I'm doing. If you would like to see some of the other videos that I've made, you can go subscribe to our channel. I have 4 episodes before this one, and I also have some coworkers who have been doing some really cool stuff. We have one doing storytelling and one doing, they just got their first STEAM episode put up. So if you're interested in doing a simple experiment, definitely check that out. It's awesome. So the way these sessions work is I spend a few minutes talking about something really cool comic related. And then I do a drawing demonstration up here on my fancy piece of paper. And then at the end, I link something in the comments that I will talk about, a library resource usually, that you can access comics from your home. So let's get going. So in today's session, we're going to be talking about making your own characters. So if you've decided to make a comic strip or a comic book or a graphic novel, you usually have one character that the story's around, or a few characters. So before you start telling that story, it can be really helpful to create your character and to get them well fleshed out before you start writing your story. This helps in two ways. One, it helps make a consistent character that has the same beliefs, personality, even the way they look from the beginning of the story, and it doesn't change unless it's important to the storyline. And it can also be helpful just to have an interesting character ready at the beginning of the story, because you don't want to figure out who your character is as you write the story, maybe not always, because then you might not have a very interesting character when you start off. So there's pretty much all cartoonists, video game designers, movie makers, graphic novelists, they almost always will do what's called character design before they start telling their story. Basically, it just helps you get an idea of who your character is before you ever start making your story, and it's really, really important. Another important part of character design is you need to think about where your character lives and why where they live affects the character. So if they live in a desert, are they dressed a certain way to deal with the heat of the desert? If they live in the North Pole, are they dressed a certain way? And I think a really great extreme example of character design based off of environment is the creators of Adventure Time. They went just off the wall with their character designs, if you've ever watched the show. I have this awesome book called The Art of Ooh, and it's basically all of the art from just the creators of Adventure Time, all the different artists, the character design, the setting design, all of that stuff. It's really awesome. And I love how, so if you don't know much about Adventure Time, it's basically takes place in like a fantastical Earth where there's only one boy left and the rest of the planet has been like mutated essentially. And so there's different kingdoms and different lands, and the characters look different based off of those kingdoms. So in the Candy Kingdom, all the characters look like some sort of candy. In the Fire Kingdom, they all are fire-based. So a turtle that lives in the Fire Kingdom is going to look totally different than a turtle that lives in, you know, a totally different kingdom, Candy Kingdom or Crystal Kingdom or whatever it is. So I'm going to show you a few examples. So here's some character design for the Fire Kingdom. So you can see the characters look like flames, or they have outfits with flame patterns. So that's a good thing to keep in mind is there a theme to the setting for your character? Because that might help you figure out how they're dressed. And then on the other side of that, the Candy Kingdom, obviously everyone is like a pastry or a milkshake or, you know, like literally candy. It's really great. Oh, and then here's the Ice Kingdom. Even the colors are different. Just a really great example of like the most extreme way to change a character based off of its setting is an Adventure Time, because the characters are literally like versions of their environment. It's great. So with that said, I think that we can just jump into drawing. So I'm going to teach you basically how to draw really simple, small, cute characters, kind of like the ones you would see in Adventure Time or in other cartoons. And the way that we're going to do this to make it fun is I actually created my own custom character generator earlier today. So basically what it does, it's going to give me a shape, it's going to give me an animal, and it's going to give me like two fun characteristics to add to that character. Based off of the generator, I will show you how to draw two simple characters up here. And then you'll have access to this generator after the fact. I'll put it in the links under the video, so then you can make your own characters. So let's just get started. Let me click the generator button. Okay, so my shape is an oval. My animal is a cat with bat wings and fire coming out of it. So based off of that, I'm going to use my blue marker. Remember, whenever I use my blue marker, that means that you need to draw very lightly. And then when I use my black marker, that means we're going to do the final drawing. So light drawing here. We're going to draw a oval cat with fire coming out of it and bat wings. So we're going to start by drawing an oval, because this is learning to draw a character in the most basic shape. Okay. So I'm going to teach you kind of a formula for drawing different characters, especially animals, based off of shapes. And so the way you do it is you're going to draw the body, which is the shape, and then you're going to draw the head, which is the exact same shape, just smaller, okay? So there we have a circle and a circle. And now you're thinking, like, how could this be a cat? So when you draw the face, you're going to draw a line down and a line across. And this is going to help you figure out where to put the face on your character. And then, you know, cats have 4 legs, so we're going to draw 1, 2, 3, and then a 4th one kind of hiding back there. Starting to look more like an animal, and you can really draw any animal with this basic formula. And then hopefully on the second one, we'll get a different shape than a circle to see. Okay, cat ears obviously have pointy ears. Oh, that's not wide enough. That's why we draw light. Pointy ears. And then the eyes you can draw however you want. I like to do circle eyes, but if you like to do dot eyes or you like to draw like sparkle eyes, you can do it however you want. So I'm going to give it circle eyes and draw the pupils like this. You want to make the eyes sparkly, you can, or if you want to fill them in, it's all up to you. I like to fill mine in, but if you want to draw yours sparkly, go ahead. Okay, and then we need to draw the nose. For a cat, I like to draw a little triangle. And then the mouth, like that. Okay, so I'm supposed to add bat wings to it, so we're going to do that now. And then it's supposed to have fire coming out of it. I think instead of having fire coming out of it, I'm going to have its tail made of fire. I think that'll look really cool. So we're going to draw a wavy fire. Like that. Okay, so we've drawn the basic using a basic shape. We've drawn a cute little animal. There we go. Now we're going to I'm going to take my black marker, which means we're going to draw heavy now. And we're going to trace the lines that are the most important. So got the head there, the ears, and you can add a little thing like that. We've got the face, which is an oval. Got our nose. And our eyes. Oh, we need whiskers. Cats have whiskers. Okay. Draw one leg, and the other leg, and the belly, and the third leg. So that's kind of how I drew mine, so that it looks like they're connected to his body. And then we'll draw the rest of the body. I'm going to add some fur. This is when you can add your details. Like I'm going to make it look furry. I don't think this cat looks kind of evil. There's fire and bat wings coming out of it, so I'm going to make him look kind of mad. Here's the wings. The other wing. One of the great things about drawing light is you can know where to leave gaps. So like, I'm not going to finish this line even though my light line is there, because I think it'll look better that way. Or like here, I didn't trace the whole circle, right? I only drew the lines that were important. So that's something to keep in mind. When you draw light, you don't have to trace every single one of those lines. It's just to give you an idea where things are. And then you can just draw the lines that are important in your final drawing. So we're going to keep making it furry. Give him this pause. Okay, now we're going to draw fire. Fire is kind of hard to draw, so if you can't do it just right, that's fine. We got fire tail. Okay, so that's our first character. We had a circle or an oval, and we got a cat. We were supposed to add bat wings and fire coming out of it. I think we did a pretty good job. So now we're going to do it again. I'm going to hit the button. Hit randomize. Okay, it says your shape is a triangle. Your animal is a dog. And add a witch hat and make its fur puffy. Okay, so we're going to draw a dog. That's the shape of a triangle with puffy hair and a witch hat. And I think obviously dogs have fur, not hair, so we'll just do it how we want. So the last one. Make sure you guys can see this. There's our triangle. And you're probably thinking, how can a triangle look like a dog? It'll look a little weird, but it'll look funny. So now we need to draw the head. So we're going to draw a smaller triangle. We're going to do the legs just like before. 2 legs and the third leg, and then the second one is kind of tucked away because you can't really see that one, right? And then the dog has a tail, so we're going to attach that. And then I'm going to right now put the witch hat kind of on it so you can see, which it looks like it's a little hard to see my line. Hold on. Does that help? Yeah, that helps. Not as much as a blur. Okay. So we're going to draw the hat, the witch hat, and then we have to remember to make the fur look puffy when we draw our final line. So on this one, instead of circle eyes, I'm going to do dot eyes just to give you an idea what it looks like. So here's 2 dot eyes. And doggies have big round noses and kind of droopy cheeks. So we're going to trace that triangle a little. And then got our paws. And I'm going to give it a puffy tail since it's a puppy dog. Okay, there's our basic drawing to give us an idea of where everything is laid out. So now we're going to finish it up with our dark drawing. So I'm going to start with the hat. You know what? I think I'm going to put a little turn on the end like this. It looks more like a witch hat. Like that. And then we have our little dies. And now we have to remember to make the fur puffy, so we're going to draw that in now. It's going to stay triangle shaped. And then little nose. I'm going to stick his tongue out too. Okay, now we draw fluffy fur. I feel like the big puffy tail kind of looks funny, so I'm going to make mine a little skinnier. That's the great thing about starting with the blue lines or the light lines, is you can change your drawing after you've drawn it. Okay. Kind of looks like a poodle. Oh, I forgot the ears. Dogs have ears, duh. So I'm going to go back with my blue marker. Good thing I left space. I'm going to droopy ears like this. Thought he didn't look quite like a dog. Okay. Now we're going to make those puffy. That's a really cute dog. And of course, dogs are wagging their tail. So you can draw lines that make it look like he's moving his tail. There we go. So we had an oval cat and we had a triangle dog. And they look pretty different. It's really fun to get just random things thrown at you like that, because then you have to draw in a way you normally wouldn't draw. And I think that's really helpful because it's good to get out of your groove sometimes, you know? You feel like you can only do the same thing every single time. This will help you change things up. So now that I've shown you how to do this, your takeaway project is I want you to draw your own characters. So I want you to draw at least 1, maybe 2 characters. And again, the generator that I created will be in the link below this. Or you can use your own imagination. You don't have to use a generator. It's just nice if you can't think of something to draw. Do remember that I made the generator myself. So everything in it is something that I put in there. So there's not going to be anything inappropriate or weird. And the link should work. So let me know if it doesn't. And then all you have to do is click randomize as many times as you want until you get one that you like. And then also under the link to the generator, I put a link to a list that I made in our library catalog of what I think are really good examples of simple shape-based characters, where the shape is probably one of the most important parts of the character design. So those are books, they're all ebooks, and you can check them out if you want, if you have a library card with our system. So feel free to check that out. That'll be right under the link of the generator. And remember that you can always tag the library in these drawings. So if you want your grown-up to post this onto social media, we are on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, at KC Library. So feel free to post any drawings you make and we will see them. I would love to see them. So again, subscribe to our channel and remember that we will keep posting things weekly. We have our STEAM, our storytelling, and the comic drawing class. And that's it for me today. It's a little bit shorter today, but I think that there's a lot of information in this one. So I'm excited to see what everyone draws, and thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you learned something about making comics, and remember to subscribe. Bye, guys.